The single biggest mistake I see players make with fire-type Pokemon is slapping Flamethrower on everything and calling it a day. They catch a Charizard, teach it 4 fire moves, and then wonder why they cannot beat a single water-type trainer. Fire types are some of the most diverse and powerful Pokemon in the entire game, but most players use them like they are all identical flamethrowers with legs. They are not. A Charizard plays completely differently from a Blaziken, which plays completely differently from a Volcarona. And if you are using them all the same way, you are throwing away wins that should be easy. Fire types generally fall into a few different categories based on how they should be played. You have your physical sweepers like Blaziken and Darmanitan that want to hit hard and fast with raw attack power. You have your special sweepers like Charizard and Chandelure that devastate teams from the special side. You have your setup sweepers like Volcarona that need a turn or two to boost before becoming unstoppable. You have your defensive walls like Heatran that sit there and take hits while slowly wearing opponents down. And you have your support Pokemon like Torkoal that set up weather or hazards for the rest of your team. Playing a defensive Heatran like an offensive Darmanitan is going to lose you games every single time. So let me break down exactly how each fire type should actually be used. Charizard is the most iconic fire type in Pokemon history and also one of the most misused. Everyone picks the cool fire dragon, slaps on every fire move they can find, and then gets destroyed by anything with a rock type attack. The amount of people running Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Heat Wave, and Ember on the same Charizard is genuinely painful to watch. You are wasting 3 move slots on redundant coverage. The right way to use Charizard depends entirely on which form you are running. Regular Charizard is a special attacker that benefits massively from its flying typing, giving it ground immunity. Flamethrower or Fire Blast for your Fire Stab, Air Slash for Flying Stab, Solar Beam to destroy water and rock types in Sun, and Dragon Pulse or Focus Blast for coverage. That is a Charizard that can actually handle its weaknesses instead of just dying to every Rock Slide. Mega Charizard X completely changes the game by becoming Fire and Dragon type, with a physical attack stat that hits like a truck. This is not your special attacking Charizard anymore. Dragon Dance boosts attack and speed, turning Mega Charizard X into one of the scariest setup sweepers in the game. Flare Blitz and Dragon Claw give you dual physical stab, Earthquake covers rock types, Roost keeps you healthy. 1 or 2 Dragon Dances and Mega Charizard X sweeps entire teams. Mega Charizard Y goes the opposite direction by doubling down on special attacks with Drought setting up Sun automatically. Sun boosts fire moves by 50% and makes Solar Beam instant with no charge turn. Fire Blast in Sun hits harder than almost anything else in the game. Solar Beam destroys water, rock, and ground types that normally threaten you. Focus Blast or Dragon Pulse rounds out coverage. Mega Charizard Y does not need to set up, it just comes in and starts nuking things immediately. Blaziken is where fire types went from good to absolutely broken. This thing got banned to Ubers in competitive play, sitting alongside legendary Pokemon because it is just that strong. And yet people still use it completely wrong by spamming attacks without ever setting up first. You are wasting this Pokemon's terrifying potential. The secret to Blaziken is its hidden ability Speed Boost. Every single turn Blaziken stays on the field, its speed goes up by 1 stage automatically. This completely changes how you play it. Stop attacking immediately on turn 1. Use Protect to scout what your opponent does while getting a free speed boost. Then use Swords Dance to double your attack. Now you have a Blaziken that outspeeds everything and hits twice as hard as normal. High Jump Kick and Flare Blitz delete anything that does not resist them. The game is basically over once Blaziken gets rolling. Arcanine is probably the most common fire type people pick up outside of starters, and it is also one of the most misused. Everyone sees the fluffy fire dog with solid stats across the board and assumes it can do everything. It cannot. Arcanine is a physical attacker with good speed and decent bulk, but people keep trying to use it as a special attacker or a wall because its stats look balanced. Those balanced stats are a trap. The right way to use Arcanine is as a fast physical attacker that hits hard and pivots out. Flare Blitz is your main damage with incredible power backed by solid attack. Wild Charge covers water types that think they can switch in. Extreme Speed gives you priority to pick off weakened threats before they move. Close Combat or Crunch rounds out coverage. Arcanine also has Intimidate, which lowers the opponent's attack when it switches in. Use this constantly. Bring Arcanine in against physical attackers, drop their attack, throw out damage, and cycle back later. Ninetales is where people really mess up because there are 2 completely different versions. Regular Ninetales is a fire type with Drought that sets up Sun. Alolan Ninetales is Ice and Fairy with Snow Warning. These are not even close to the same Pokemon. Regular Ninetales exists to support Sun teams, not to sweep on its own. Drought activates automatically when Ninetales enters, boosting fire moves and enabling Chlorophyll sweepers to double their speed. Flamethrower for damage, Solar Beam for water types since Sun makes it instant, Will-O-Wisp to cripple physical attackers, and Nasty Plot if you want Ninetales to threaten things itself. But understand, Ninetales is here to support first and deal damage second. Typhlosion is the Johto fire starter that people sleep on because it does not have a cool secondary typing, but Typhlosion is actually a special attacking monster when used correctly. The mistake people make is trying to run physical moves on a Pokemon with base 109 special attack and only base 84 attack. The proper Typhlosion set is pure special offense. Eruption at full health has 150 base power with stab. That is hitting harder than almost anything else available. Flamethrower for when your health drops, Focus Blast for rock types, and Extra Sensory for coverage. Keep Typhlosion healthy with healing items or wish support, so Eruption stays at maximum power. Infernape is the mixed attacker that keeps opponents guessing. Its attack and special attack are both base 104, meaning it can effectively run moves from either side. People mess up by going full physical or full special when the entire point of Infernape is being unpredictable. The proper moveset is something like Close Combat, Flamethrower, Grass Knot, and Thunder Punch. Physical walls expecting close combat get destroyed by Flamethrower. Special walls switching in on Flamethrower eat close combat. Your opponent never knows what is coming. Infernape is also incredibly fast at base 108. Speed, letting it outspeed most threats without needing a boost. Houndoom is a fire and dark type that people constantly misuse by playing too aggressively. Yes, Houndoom has great special attack at base 110 and solid speed at base 95. But it also has terrible defensive stats that mean it dies to basically any super effective hit. Players send it in recklessly and act surprised when a single Earthquake ends it. The proper way to use Houndoom is as a late game cleaner. Let your bulkier Pokemon take hits early and weaken the opponent's team. Then bring in Houndoom to sweep through what remains. Nasty Plot boosts special attack to terrifying levels. Dark Pulse and Flamethrower give dual stab. Sludge Bomb or Solar Beam provides coverage. Do not send it in early against healthy teams. Chandelure has the highest special attack of any non-legendary fire type at a ridiculous base 145. This thing hits harder than most legendaries, and people still mess it up by not understanding how fragile it is. Base 60 HP means any strong hit ends Chandelure immediately. Chandelure is a nuclear bomb that explodes if you look at it wrong. Use it as a wall breaker that comes in on something it resists, fires off 1 or 2 devastating attacks, and either gets knockouts or dies trying. Shadow Ball and Flamethrower for dual STAB. Energy Ball for water and ground. Flash Fire as an ability lets you switch in on predicted fire moves for a free boost. Volcarona is one of the best setup sweepers in the entire game. Quiver Dance boosts special attack, special defense, and speed all at once. After 1 or 2 boosts, Volcarona becomes almost unstoppable. But players either set up at the wrong time and die, or refuse to set up and just attack immediately without boosts. The key to Volcarona is finding safe opportunities. Bring it in on grass types or fighting types locked into resisted moves. Quiver Dance once or twice, then sweep with Bug Buzz and Flamethrower. Giga Drain provides recovery and hits water types. The biggest threat is Stealth Rock, taking half your health on switch in. You absolutely need hazard removal support if you are using Volcarona. Heatran is completely different from every other fire type because it is actually bulky. Fire and Steel typing gives resistances to 9 types including poison immunity. Heatran is not here to sweep. It sits on the field, takes hits, and slowly wears opponents down. Offensive Heatran runs Magma Storm to trap opponents, Earth Power, and Flash Cannon. Defensive Heatran runs Stealth Rock, Lava Plume for burns, Toxic to wear down bulky Pokemon, and Protect for scouting and leftovers recovery. Air Balloon temporarily removes the quad ground weakness. Heatran is here to control games, not end them quickly. Darmanitan is the opposite of Heatran. Base 140 attack is absolutely absurd. Sheer Force boosts moves with secondary effects while removing those effects. Darmanitan exists purely to hit as hard as physically possible and does not care about surviving. Use Darmanitan with pure aggression. Flare Blitz hits harder than almost anything in the game. U-turn pivots when threatened. Earthquake and Rock Slide provide coverage. Choice Scarf makes it fast enough to clean late game. Choice Band makes it so strong that even resisted hits deal massive damage. Darmanitan either gets knockouts or dies. There is no in between. Cinderace from Galar is the newer generation fire type that competes with Blaziken for sheer brokenness. Its hidden ability Libero changes Cinderace's type to match whatever move it uses. Free stab on everything. But people only think about offense and ignore the defensive implications. When Cinderace uses Pyro Ball, it becomes fire type. High jump kick makes it fighting. Gunk shot makes it poison. This changes what hits it super effectively. Expecting a ground move, use bounce to become flying and watch Earthquake miss completely. Cinderace requires thinking one step ahead about what type you want to be when the opponent attacks. Torkoal exists purely to set Sun with Drought and provide Stealth Rock support. Base 20 speed means it moves last against everything. Stop trying to use it offensively. Accept that Torkoal is support, Stealth Rock chips everything switching in. Lava Plume has 30% burn chance. Rapid Spin removes hazards. Yawn forces, switches, or sleeps threats. Torkoal supports your sweepers. It is not one itself. Skeledirge from Paldea is the newest fire type making waves. Fire and Ghost with base 110, special attack and actual bulk. Its signature move, Torch Song, raises special attack every time you use it. After 2 or 3 uses, Skeledirge hits harder than almost anything. Ghost typing gives normal and fighting immunity, making it easy to switch in and start boosting. Unaware as an ability ignores opponent, stat boosts entirely. That sweeper with 3 swords dances, Skeledirge does not care. Shadow Ball, Earth Power, and Slack Off for recovery complete the set. Skeledirge is a bulky setup monster that answers other setup threats. Incineroar is the fire and dark type from Alola that completely changed how people think about fire types in competitive play. This thing became one of the most used Pokemon in doubles formats worldwide, not because it hits hard, but because of how much it supports its teammates. People trying to use Incineroar as a sweeper are completely missing the point of this Pokemon. Incineroar has Intimidate, which drops the opponent's attack every time it switches in. In doubles, this affects both opposing Pokemon at once. The strategy is constant pivoting. Bring Incineroar in, drop their attack stats, use Fake Out for free damage and a flinch, then U-turn out to reset Intimidate for later. Parting Shot is even better, lowering both attack and special attack of the target while switching out. Flare Blitz and Darkest Lariat provide damage when you need it. Incineroar is not trying to sweep. It is trying to make the opponent's offense completely useless, while your partner Pokemon does the actual damage dealing. Emboar is the Unova fire starter that gets way too much hate. Yes, it is the 3rd fire and fighting type in a row and people were tired of that typing. But Emboar is actually a monster when you stop trying to make it fast. Base 65 speed means everything outspeeds it. Base 123 attack and base 110 HP mean it tanks a hit and hits back harder than almost any other fire type can. Use Emboar as a wall breaker. Switch it in, take the hit with your solid bulk, and obliterate whatever is in front of you. Flare Blitz and Superpower hit incredibly hard. Wild Charge covers water types. Head Smash destroys everything neutral to it. Yes, all these moves have recoil or drawbacks. Emboar does not care. Its job is to punch holes for your faster teammates to clean up. Accept this role and Emboar becomes genuinely terrifying. Magmortar is the forgotten fire type that actually puts in work when people stop overlooking it. Base 95 special attack is solid, and its move pool supports mixed attacking surprisingly well. The problem is, everyone either forgets it exists or tries to use it as a pure special attacker when it can do more. Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Earthquake give Magmortar near perfect coverage. Physical walls expecting special moves get chunked by Earthquake. Special walls get destroyed by your special attacks. Magmortar will never be top tier competitively, but in casual play and story modes, that unpredictability catches opponents completely off guard. The key to using any fire type effectively is understanding what role it actually fills. Sweepers like Darmanitan and Chandelure deal maximum damage immediately. Setup sweepers like Volcarona and Blaziken need turns to boost first. Walls like Heatran outlast opponents. Support Pokemon like Torkoal enable teammates. Mixed attackers like Infernape stay unpredictable. Pivots like Arcanine cycle in and out, providing chip damage and intimidate. Stop treating every fire type the same. Learn what role each one plays. Build your moveset around that role, and use them at the right time in battles. Do that and you will finally understand why fire types have been fan favorites since Generation 1.